Hi everyone, today I wanted to give you 4 exercises to help with lower back pain. Now lower back pain is probably one of the most common injuries that I see, and a lot of that is to do with how we work. Most people are sitting for the largest portion of their day, whether that be at a desk or even in the car, and so that causes imbalances. Normally we have a weak core and it creates some bad posture, and that's what causes the back pain. So the biggest things we need to do are to stretch out that back and to strengthen the core. And so that's what I'm going to help you do today. So 4 exercises that you can do really anywhere, and you don't particularly need to warm up or even to get changed into your exercise gear to do them. What I would recommend is to do them once a day or twice a day at the same time, and that way you get into a routine to do them. With exercises like this, little and often is actually the most effective way. So there's no point in spending half an hour one day doing them and then not doing them for a full week. You're better to do 5 minutes every single day. So it's nice and simple, 4 exercises, 5 minutes a day, and that will really help. Okay, so let's demonstrate them just now. So the first one is going to be a back extension, and this is to stretch out this back. So hands under the shoulders, and you're going to just very slowly lift from the back. So you're not pushing from the hands, you're lifting from the back and arching that back up. Now, in an ideal world, you would eventually have this sort of flexibility in your spine. Now, if you've got lower back pain, the chances are that's not going to be something that you're able to do, which is absolutely fine. So you have to work within your range. So the minute you feel a pinch in that lower back, so let's say you lift up to about here and you feel a little pinch in that lower back, just come back down a fraction and hold there for 5 to 10 seconds and then go back down. Okay? And then very slowly lift up again and try and stop just before you feel that pinch in the back and then back down. So you don't ever want to force anything. Just very slow and light, and then gradually over time you'll be able to lift higher and higher. So that's the first one, that's the back extension. And the next is a back raise. So from this position you just stretch out the arms in front of you and just very simply lift up as high as you can and back down, and again up and back down. Now with this exercise the temptation is to really jolt. So people start trying to fling themselves up to get higher. If you have a back injury, that's obviously not going to be a good idea, and it's not what we recommend. Again, it's all about slow and controlled movements. So it's here and we're just lifting and back down, very controlled. As with the back extension, you might find you don't get awfully high off the floor the first few times you do it. That's very normal. Work within that range and build on it. Okay, next we're going to do a plank, but a plank on the knees. Okay, so you're in, what I would recommend to do a plank on the knees is start off on your toes, completely flat, and then drop to the knees. That'll get you into the right position, and hold in this position for 30 seconds, pulling your core in, pulling your belly button right into your back, and hold. Now the reason you're not doing this plank on your toes is, again, if you've got lower back pain, the chances are your core's not very strong. And most people automatically go into a plank on their toes, they can hold it, but their back is killing them. That's not what we want. We don't want any back pain at all. We want this to be all about the core, this exercise. So we're holding, we're planking on the knees, roughly 30 seconds. However, if you feel any pain in the lower back before that, at maybe the 15-second mark or the 20-second mark, stop. And that's where you work in that range of 15 to 20 seconds, and then you add on to it until you're up to 30 seconds. At no point in any of these exercises should your back be sore. That's really important. People often just accept that there's a level of pain that they have to endure. That's not necessarily true. Sometimes you do have to push an injury, but with these exercises it's not about feeling any pain, or maybe some slight discomfort, but certainly no pain. So always work within your range. Finally, last one is a leg raise. And what we're going to do for this leg raise, it's called a bent leg raise, is lie flat on the floor. Base of your back is flat on the floor. That's the absolute key. Feet flat on the floor. And you're going to lift from the hips up till your knees are at 90 degrees. And then very slowly back down till your feet are flat on the floor. At no point do you straighten your legs. Really important. So, base of the back flat on the floor. Lift these knees up to 90 degrees. And back down slowly. Slowly. And as you put those legs down, you should feel the pull in your core. So we're back up to here. And down. And with this one, as you get gradually better at it, you could do about 5 to 10 reps of that. When you get better at that exercise, you can start to straighten the legs a little more each time. So don't go straight from bent legs to straight legs. Straighten the legs in very small increments as you get better at that exercise. So there's 4 really simple exercises. They are simple, but they are incredibly effective. But you have to do them regularly. I can't stress that enough. Little and often is the key, and that will really help any lower back problems that you have.